Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to, really get into the details of interesting sources and pull out the key insights for you.
Make sense of it all fast.
Exactly. And today, we're looking at just a few verses from Genesis, chapter 5, verses 25 through 30.
Right. Seems simple enough, like a genealogy. Names, ages.
Yeah, at first glance, it does look like just a list. But what's pretty amazing is how these few lines sort of transform. They become this narrative bridge packed with insights, and they really set the stage for some major events later on.
That's it, precisely. These aren't just records. There are layers of meaning hidden in there. Hints about bigger themes, preparations for what's coming in the story.
So our mission today for this deep dive is to go beyond those names and numbers.
Yeah, let's unpack it. We want to see how these lines connect to huge events and really fundamental human experiences. We'll focus on Methuselah, Lamech, and Noah.
And this whole discussion is based on a really thoughtful analysis of these verses that was shared with us, aiming to get to the core ideas.
Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. Okay, Methuselah. Most people probably recognize that name, right?
The oldest man in the Bible, yeah.
Verse 25 says, when Methuselah had lived 187 years, he became the father of Lamech. And we know famously he lived 969 years.
An astonishing age, almost 1,000 years. It's mind-boggling just as a number.
Totally. But beyond just how incredibly long he lived, what's the deeper meaning scholars see there, especially with his name?
Okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. There's a strong scholarly view that his name, Methuselah, actually carries a kind of prophecy.
A prophecy. How so?
The name itself is often interpreted to mean something like, when he dies, it will be sent.
It will be sent. What's it?
Well, the common understanding is that it refers to the Great Flood.
Wow. So his life isn't just long.
It's like a countdown, a living clock ticking down towards this massive world-changing event. The linguistic analysis of the Hebrew points towards that.
So that huge lifespan, maybe it wasn't just a number, but a sign of divine patience. Like almost a millennium where things continued, but this huge turning point was held back.
That's a powerful way to see it, yeah. A period of grace, maybe, before everything changed. It definitely shifts our perspective on time in the narrative.
Verse 26 adds, after he became the father of Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had other sons and daughters.
More generations.
And then verse 27 closes it. Altogether, Methuselah lived a total of 969 years, and then he died. His death potentially marking the very end of that era.
Exactly, a symbol of endurance, but also of a plan unfolding towards a critical point.
Okay, so from Methuselah, this figure of extreme longevity and maybe impending judgment.
We move to his son, Lamech.
Right. Verse 28, when Lamech had lived 182 years, he had a son. And verse 29, this feels really significant.
Yeah, it is. It's quite explicit.
He named him Noah and said, he will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands caused by the ground the Lord has cursed.
And that phrasing, labor and painful toil, cursed ground, it's almost a direct quote, isn't it?
It pulls you right back to Genesis 3, after the fall, when Adam receives that curse related to the ground.
Precisely. Lamech is directly referencing that foundational struggle, and the naming itself is key.
Noah. What about the name?
Well, Noah in Hebrew sounds very similar to the word for comfort or rest, nuach.
Ah, okay. So it's not just a random name.
Not at all. Lamech isn't just labeling his son. He's making a declaration of hope. He's voicing this deep, profound desire that Noah will somehow bring relief.
Relief from that curse, from the struggle that's defined humanity since the beginning.
Exactly. A yearning for a new start, for rest. It's incredibly poignant when you think about the context.
That adds such a layer. It's not just acknowledging how hard things are. It's actively projecting hope onto the next generation.
It really is. And Lamech also lives a long time. They're not quite Methuselah's length. Verse 30. After Noah was born, Lamech lived 595 years and had other sons and daughters.
So the pattern continues, generations passing.
But with Noah, there's this specific named hope attached. You feel the anticipation building. Something big is coming.
Yeah, you can sense the narrative shifting gears.
It's clear these verses aren't just a dry list. They're absolutely setting the stage for the flood narrative. They signal this moment of intense waiting, of change.
You've got the long lives, maybe signifying patience running out.
And then Lamech's very specific hope for comfort and rest through Noah. It shows that even when things seem dire, there's this thread of divine preparation and this very human hope pushing forward.
Often through individuals you might not expect. Lamech voicing this hope is quite powerful.
It's a strong reminder, maybe, that we too can look forward with faith, even when things are tough, naming that hope.
A testament to hope being passed down generation to generation.
Exactly. How do we nurture that? How do we pass it on?
So let's just recap what we've uncovered in these few short verses. It's quite remarkable.
It really is.
We started with Methuselah, living 969 years. Mind-boggling age, yes, but maybe more than that, a potential prophetic clock tied to his name. When he dies, it will be sent.
Possibly signaling the flood, yeah. A symbol of immense divine patience ending.
Then we saw Lamech, his son, who names his son Noah with such specific, poignant hope.
That hope for comfort and rest from the cursed ground, directly echoing Genesis 3. It's a deep human cry for relief and a new beginning.
And altogether, these lines aren't just filler, they're crucial foreshadowing for the flood story. They build the sense of anticipation, of huge change coming.
And running through it all is that theme. Even in struggle, there's divine preparation and there's human hope, sometimes emerging where you least expect it.
Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you listening.
Yeah, something to reflect on. Consider that act of naming or even just setting an intention. How can that shape your perspective on the future?
What might it mean for you to sort of name hope right now, especially if you're facing challenges or uncertainties?
And think about legacy, too. What hopeful message, what kind of foundation are you building or passing along? Not just to kids, maybe, but in your work, your community, or even just the next stage of your own life.
What are you hoping grows from what you're planting now?
And finally, maybe ask yourself, where in your own life might you sense a preparation happening? A quiet setup for a new beginning, even if you can't see the whole picture yet.
What comfort, what rest might actually be waiting for you down the line?
Some things to ponder from these ancient lines.